Oh my god. It's a Tuesday treadmill talk. Well, it's a Tuesday stationary bike talk, but we'll keep the alliteration. How about that, everyone? Hello. It's been a long time since I did one of these. It's been even a longer time since I did one that required exercise. Whew. So, Gabby got a stationary bike for Christmas, and I was like, ooh, I get to use this now. So, anyway, welcome to my living room. It's been a long time since I filmed out here. It's been a long time since I did a lot of things for the channel. Look who's here. Big ol' Cleo. Right there. Right there, the beast. The big Cleo beast. This one, we're just going to talk about what's going on with the channel this year, because last year had a really great few months, and then things died off. That was because of school, and I didn't get enough things filmed. But before our big vacation we took, our last hurrah before school started, just didn't get enough done. So that's why things petered off. I had a brief time in November to film and got stuff filmed but didn't have time to edit. So now that stuff's coming out. I got, I think, 4 more of those videos, which to edit. 3 or 4. No, it's 4 I have to edit. 1 I have to upload. That's already edited. It has a thumbnail and everything. Those are those Clone Wars Adventures reviews. I did the first 5, then we're going to take a break. We're going to do a couple Jedi Apprentice ones so we can get through that Jenna Zan Arbor trilogy that's in the middle of that series. Got those filmed yesterday. Then we pivoting back to Clone Wars Adventures, and we're going to finish out the last 4 or 5 of those. Then we'll go back to Jedi Apprentice, I think. Or we'll jump into Bounty Hunter Wars, because I have the first 2 books of those read, and I can review those. I have not read Hard Merchandise yet. I kind of don't care. That trilogy's awful. It might be one of the worst Star Wars trilogies ever. What a waste of time. That was me reading Slave Ship. I'm like, what a waste of my time. But yeah, what a ass blast. But tomorrow's review will be Unicorn's Legacy, as you all wanted. That's the first one of the year. I'm not going to change that. So, there's that. We got Unicorn's Legacy. Then I have a couple Encyclopocalypse reviews to do. And then we'll jump into an Alien's Nightmare Asylum, the novel. That one's already filmed. I'll just release it later. It's okay. I'm backlogged out. Review-wise, probably out till February. But thankfully, I got a bunch of things that are fairly easy to edit. What's not easy to edit is the podcast. So we've got, as it stands now, 5 Live and Let's Discuss episodes. Noah and I shot out all of those. We're done with the season. I'll tell you what, that was probably the hardest recording I think I've ever done. Is we did that little live stream where we reviewed Stephen King's Danse Macabre. Terrible book. But before that, we'd been recording 3 hours straight. Just straight up doing all those Live and Let's Discuss episodes. So, yeah. Tomorrow Never Dies in particular, I ran out of caffeine during that. And so I have to do a lot of editing, which is going to suck. That's going to take probably 3 hours to edit. Because it's like an hour-long episode. So, yeah, that's not going to be fun. Then we've got King of Our Nightmares. We got 2 episodes to edit of that. That won't be terrible. Then we've got Dune. We got some Walking Without Rhythm. We recorded that. Thank you to Marcel. Marcel came in for the Chapter House episode. So thank you, Marcel, for doing that. And I'll just announce it really on here. Marcel is the new host of Walking Without Rhythm. It's official. You heard it on Tuesday Treadmill Talks. So, yeah. Very happy about this. I was really worried about that. I wanted someone else on there. We'll discuss it. We discussed it in the Chapter House episode, so I won't get into it on here. But just so you know, Marcel will be going forward on the podcast. But he won't be in the Heretics episode, which I thought I already had uploaded. I haven't. So I need to do that. That probably it will either be next week. I'm not doing any podcast. No podcasts will come out this week. But Monday next week, we will start releasing podcast episodes once a week again on Mondays. Start off your Monday right by listening to my nonsense, right? So we'll have, I think License to Kill will just really start pushing out Live and Let's Discuss episodes. The season went longer than season 1, and that's bad. That's really bad. But season 3 of Live and Let's Discuss is just going to be bizarre. We get into it a little bit in the Die Another Day episode, but the more I think about it, the more just weird it's going to be. And I don't know what the direction of that podcast is going to go after we get through the Craig films. I have a little idea, but it's a lot. So we have that. Got the Dune podcast has got at least 3 more seasons of that. King of Our Nightmares is probably, the season's not going to go through all the 80s. There's just way too much. I think we'll stop at Skeleton Crew, to tell you the truth. I think that's a good stopping place, just mid-80s. And then next season, we pick up with It. Because that's just 2 really massive books back to back. And I'm not for that. We might even stop before that. I'm not sure. I do know that we're going to be tackling Running Man, and that's actually, I think I'll be starting that Friday. It's the one Encyclopocalypse book. One of the ones I'm checking out right now is a novella. I'll have that done today. I've already started it. Then I'm going to jump into Jedi Apprentice book 17, which will take me half a day. I'll probably get both of those done actually today. Which, yes, I'm further ahead on Jedi Apprentice than I am with reviewing them. And that's been the case for a little while. I typically read one Jedi Apprentice book a month. Well, I listen to the YJK audiobooks. Gotta rep them. They're doing great work with getting some of this really hard to find YA stuff out for listening. And they're pretty close to done with Jedi Apprentice. Makes me wonder if they'll do Jedi Quest, because there are abridged audiobooks through Lucasfilm, but they're abridged. They're very abridged. And that's saying something, because the Jedi Apprentice audiobooks that YJK does are they're typically 3-hour episodes, but you'll have like an hour of it is a preview for one of their Patreon exclusive books, which I think they're done with Rebel Force. They did Patreon exclusives for Galaxy of Fear, Last of the Jedi, and Rebel Force. Makes me wonder if they'll actually release those to the public this year, or if those will still remain a Patreon exclusive thing. If that's the case, then I will probably support them on Patreon, because they do some great work. It's also how I get through the Indiana Jones stuff, is I'll just listen to them. That's how I discovered them, actually. So they're doing Interior World right now. I listen to that. I listen to a lot of audiobooks now because of my job. I don't get to physically read a lot anymore. It's not a lot of time, so I have to listen more than I read. So, yeah. On the Aliens front, I'm partway through Earth War, the last Mark Virden big comic. That will sort of end his storyline, although it does have a sequel with Aliens Genocide. It has to deal with some of the aftermath, I think, of Earth War, because Earth War is just a weird comic. I will save my opinions on that till I've reviewed it, you know. So yeah, fun stuff. Ran out of storage on here. I had to go through and delete some things so I could do this outro. So anyway, everyone, have a good one.